r/AskReddit, nsfw, what's something you've been fetishized for? Being Asian. They called me their udon noodle, I'm Viet. Being Japanese. Asshole thinks he's going to get a submissive waifu, comes to find out he's dealing with an alcoholic Mulan with a temper. Coworker invited me to a party, I had nothing better to do, so I said okay, maybe I would get luck and score a chick. There were no chicks at the party, but I had a very good time nevertheless, and discovered I am what they call a hairy daddy. I got free drinks, smiley face. Looking like a minor. Being a ballet dancer. The amount of times a man's face has lit up and said, "So you're really bendy then, huh?" with a wink is too damn high. Being a twin. Very disgusting. People have made comments to my husband about, "Oh, would you sleep with both of them?" And he's like, "Would you have sex with your own brother?" Being a goth with tattoos and piercings. Having braces. When I was a teen, I had a friend who once made the comment, "I wanna shove your face on my dick so hard you get pubes caught in your braces." We are no longer friends, thankfully. Being a femme woman who is attracted to other femme women. Straight men love that dynamic. Irish accent. I'm a redhead and apparently we have fire crotches, and so we should be great in bed. Playing the drums as a woman. People act like it's some kind of miracle that I'm able to do it without my boobs getting in the way. When straight dudes find out I'm bi, they almost always bring up having a threesome. If I was interested in having sex with them before that, I usually wasn't. I definitely am not interested after that. Being a gamer girl. I'm a large woman constantly fighting with my weight, and I keep far away from chubby chasers and feeders, both of which I've accidentally attracted over the years. Some of them try to guilt me into sex, like, "You should be honored that I want to fuck you because you're fat." Boy, bye, I'm happier alone and fuckless, lol. My ethnicity, I'm Native American. Didn't realize that was a thing people sought out. Being black. My first few sexual experiences were entirely related to my race and not me as a person. Being Jewish, despite not being Jewish. Being a really tall woman, I'm around 6 feet 1 inch tall. Last time I did online dating, I had men messaging me from all over the country, and the only way they could have found me was my height, which I am very upfront about. After a life of being mocked and taunted about my height, I was surprised to find out that it was a fetish for some men. It was novel for a week until I figured out it was my height that was generating the interest. I discovered I didn't like it. I felt more abnormal, which I don't normally feel. For my part, I've dated men who were 6 inches shorter than me, and only once, 6 inches taller than me. My husband is slightly shorter than I am, but I still wear heels because I got legs for years instead of days, baby. Being black, I can't stand when white men call me queen. I had one call me Nubian queen, LMAO. I was like, "Sir, I'm Nigerian, that doesn't even make sense." Being a singly sexual man. Somehow not showing any interest apparently turns some people on. Meanwhile, I'm trying to politely inform them that, no, I am not interested. Being Korean. Being someone's supervisor. Being tiny and cute. Seems to be why most men are attracted to me. It's not in a weird way. Just I'm very small and I've been told I look innocent, which has been described as still being hopeful and happy inside. I seem wholesome and sweet apparently. And being a mom. Lots of guys into MILFs. If there's any other things I've been fetishized for, I am unaware of them. Nothing better than being black in the kink community. I'm being somewhat sarcastic. I was approached multiple times and asked to be a bull, typically in nicer terms. I make a habit of not kink shaming, but race play will always be nasty. And if you don't get why, I can't really help you. A sex slave. I had this crazy white MILF woman said she fantasized about being with a Latin lover and that she wanted a sex slave. I was 31 and she was 43, so I said EFF it, why not? Let's just say I had to take Viagra after 3 months. I mean, she wanted sex 3x per day, 6x a week. I was okay with it the first month. The second month my penis was constantly red. Mind you, I have a HL and I'm low-key a nympho, but heading into the third month, I freaking hated sex. That third month I didn't even wanna go down on her, ET her booty or suck her toes. Like, I completely hated sex to the point that I had to get Viagra. Finally, 6 months into the relationship, I told her I just couldn't keep up 3x/day 6 days a week. Luckily, I also got a job offer in a different state and bounced. Never again, LOL. Vitiligo on my dick. Met quite a few girls who are crazy about it. Breastfeeding. It is very, very, very icky. Being similar to Eric Cartman in person and body. Being Asian. Past partners fetishized me for being submissive because of my ethnicity when my personality is anything but. Being Korean. Even if it's half. Being an artist. Before they realized the crazy that comes with that. My ethnicity, when I tell them I'm Mexican BTW. Being transgender, something about being a girl with a dick gets people somehow. Our lifestyle. We have an open relationship, so mainly guys think I owe it to them to let me fuck her or give me her numbers, or worse, let me send you my dick pic so you can give to them. No. Just no. Sure, we have fun and experiment with other people, sometimes very planned and others spur of the moment, but nothing is owed to you. For being black. Being a nerd. PPL love it until they realize that means doing nerd things like playing video games, reading comics, and watching cheesy sci-fi flicks all day long. Driving a manual transmission, proper knowledge of tools and fixing things, broad shoulders. I'm a girl. Dudes love girls who act like men. Won't say I'm fetishized per se, but those who have been attracted to me have liked my height. I am a 6 feet 1 inch Asian dude. Being tall, wearing glasses, having big boobs, being smart, having a certain accent. My accent. I'm British, and have quite the stereotypical English accent. Lot of Americans specifically fetishize me for that. A bad boy or from the streets kind of thing, at least from her perspective. I'm a 30s yo small woman who looks like a high school girl, and yes, I'm Asian. The kind of men I attract. Not a thing, as far as I'm aware. Is there a fetish for people devoid of distinguishing characteristics? Being Asian. Where to start? Hehe, having red hair, wearing glasses, having tattoos, having a tramp stamp lower back tattoo, having piercings, having a tongue piercing, having my nipples pierced, smoking, wearing leggings, wearing jeans, wearing a thong, being bi. There are others I could probably list, LOL. Being a small woman. I've been called fun size my entire life. Not fetishized but sexualized. If any straight people find out you're a gay man, they immediately start interrogating you about sex. Doesn't matter where you are or even if you've ever met them before. From then on, everything about you to them is centered around sex. This is the main reason I'm not openly gay with most people. My legs. Feet. I am a woman with size 11 feet. When I used social media to complain about the lack of cute shoes in that size, I got so many requests for pictures. Uniform. I dated a woman when I was in my early 20s. I was in the army, and I showed her my dev photo. She asked for a copy, and I gave her one. Later on, she revealed to me that she would stare my photograph while pleasuring herself. My ethnicity, specifically Asian/Korean. Some men have told me that I'm exotic looking, and/or submissive. It's gotten better since I moved to an area with a large Asian population though. Being Brazilian. Being a professor. It's rare but it has happened. Being skinny. I kinda understand the appeal but I'd rather have a little more weight on me and it gets a little demoralizing after a while, even if they're trying to be nice. Uneasy face. Goth. Thick thighs. Latina nauseated face vomiting. I fucking hate being a woman. Being a mom. Medical treatments, like 4 lines hanging out of my chest, subcutaneous infusions, extreme weaknesses, crying in pain. I don't kink shame but it's not for me. Nothing, except diarrhea, feels less sexy to me. I was with a girl who told me she really loved my dad bod. And that it was her thing. I don't even have kids. Red hair. My smaller body size, it's an odd thing. My eyes, and for some reason people have thought I'm Jewish as well. I don't understand the ignorance of people. Being a hot gamer chick. Essentially fetishizing that I enjoy nerdy things. Feels weird. Being white and sporty, apparently. My small dick. Having an above average sized dick, being a teacher, when I taught, being a boss. I have large feet and some women have been really into that as well. Being asexual and a minor. How fun. Small woman, baby face. You know the answer already. Being fat. I've been asked to send videos of me eating donuts and wearing too small clothing. It's always the damn forearms. Even here I post a GPU on a PC related sub and the whole conversation is forearms. Being tall. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble understanding the question. Someone got off to the idea of me for some reason. Being bald. I was at a club years ago and this very attractive woman came up to me and told me I had the most perfect ears she'd ever seen and that she had an ear fetish. She asked me if she could touch them. I said okay. She rubbed my ears as if it was giving her an orgasm. At one point she said, "Can we go somewhere? Do you have a car? Do you live nearby?" Her friends came over and kind of pried her off me and they disappeared. I was hoping to run into her again and get her number because if my ears could give someone as attractive as her that much pleasure, why wouldn't I want to pursue that? As long as it didn't get weird. Or weirder. But I did not see her again that night. Being Latina. Some men have assumed I have a fiery attitude simply because of how I look. One guy called me spicy and I was simply expressing my opinion. There's a difference between getting heated about things and making direct statements regarding what you think. I'm allowed to have an opinion, there's nothing spicy about that. And for the record, even if I'm upset about something, I'm still not spicy. Another time a bouncer at a club looked at me and said, "Now it's your turn, jalapeno, I need to see your ID." I was extremely upset by that one. Fuck anyone who equates me to a fucking flavor. Ironically, I actually hate spicy food. A lot of people assume all Latinos love spicy food. Wrong. My family is from a country in Central America and spice is almost never used in food. All the foods I ate growing up had no spice. Mexico is pretty much the only Latin American country that makes spicy dishes. Having large natural breasts. They attract creeps and street harassers. Unless you go for bulky shapeless clothing, but then you appear fat or sloppy. Boobs are not a thing you have much control over. I didn't choose to have them, stop pornifying these lumps of meat and fat, FFS. My very small size that resembles a less developed teenager. Big cums hots and a pretty dick skull. Being American. Being a redhead. Mental illness. Using someone's poor mental health for easy sex should be more frowned upon. Being a mostly closeted bisexual. I've had to tell more than one partner I thought I could trust with this info to go pound sand that I am not some sort of toy they can just play with. Telling me how sexy it would be in a threesome doesn't turn me on. Being straight, by gay dudes. Being a black guy. Giant dong. My weight is the one I expected the least. I'm around 250 pounds, and it's wild how many times I've been reduced to just my fat. Inhuman, just a fetish but presented like it's a compliment. My lips LOL. Being an attractive trans woman makes me a beacon for every chaser out there. That's why I've generally quit putting myself in spaces where it'll happen, and also why I generally like to present androgynous. Keeps unwanted advances less of an outcome. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.